the Movie and TV Car Association here. Well, people love to see it, as you can well see from here. So it needs a museum, and we can't go to the Smithsonian or those because they just don't have that. So Andy's working on having a museum. I don't know if Andy here, I don't know if you can mention a little bit about the museum.
Yep.
That you've got.
We're trying to build a museum with the assistance of George Barris and Mike Manning right here at the Cradle of Aviation. This museum is being put together so that the history of movie cars, as well as hot rods and the new cars that are coming up, the new hybrids that are coming up, get a place to be seen. Well, what's important is that we're building a school with BOCES, and we are bringing in the students that have a problem with reading and writing, and we're going to train them to do what they probably could do better than most, and that's work with their hands. You know, there is lots of young men out there that need the assistance of getting their brain to do what their brain really loves the best. And if they're not reading and writing that well, you put a hammer in their hand, just like George did for me over 40 years ago, and we will get these guys to get out of the street and get in the shop. And I hope that we get it together soon.
Very, very, very important. I learned that to be a necessity. But I got one thing to bring up. I think it's important to all of us. Here I was, a kid at 13 years old, and I jumped into a craft, and I made it into a very progressive, successful business. You can only do that in USA, our American country. That's it. The opportunity that was given to me is because of this country that we all live in. So, I mean, I really appreciate that, and I always bring it up because it's an important factor.
It sure is. And you were a pioneer.
Yeah.
I mean, you were the one that cut the path.
Yeah.
The guy that said, let's start a whole new trend, a whole new idea. Did you ever realize when you first put that pot and pan hubcap on that 25 Buick, did you ever think of what you were creating and what you were doing?
No, we didn't think that, my brother and I. We just enjoyed it. We enjoyed taking a car and changing it, making it look good. Then Pete Peterson came by, 1948, did the first hot rod show down at the L.A. Armory. And that's where it was a racing, Rosetta Timing, SATA. They were there, and I had the only custom car, a chop channel section Buick with fadeaways and everything. But everybody loved it. Lionel Hampton came over, John, all the top stars were coming by and liked the different cars we were doing. And so that kind of escalated us. And then in the 50s, the movie people kind of liked us because we were what we call militants. We were racing in the street, bang, 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 and they'd always chase us, but they never could catch us. We were just too fast. But many times we were riding on Broadway Boulevard, and they block off both sides of the road. Boom, we just go down through the oil wells. We're gone. We're out of there. And I get up in the morning, and I go out to the garage to get in my little 32, and I look at the truck's bullet holes. Bang, bang.
Real ones, not
Real.
the decals.
No, so it was, they couldn't understand that we had a ruling in our club. None of us smoked, none of us drank, and no drugs. But we allowed ourselves two bad habits. Cars and girls.
Not bad.
You know, cars came before the girls. So we were able to pioneer a lot of that. Many of the celebrities helped us. And, of course, with Peterson having the Hot Rod magazine, Motor Trend, Carcraft, we were able then to photograph all the cars as we were customizing them and doing things. So that made it a lot of difference, too. So there we go.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.